Hello, I am Madeline James, and for today's Preptober video, we are going to be talking about putting together a story Bible. Now, if you watched my earlier video, my Preptober plan video, which I can link right there, I was talking about getting everything moved into Campfire for like my notes and everything and my outline. I've decided against that. I started trying to set it up and it just wasn't working for me. I think it is a strong push in the direction of I need to be doing this type of planning in like a tactile physical format. It just seems to work much better for me, but I have my outline in the same binder folder thing that I used for my rewrite. So I have everything in here for my outline, and I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. But then the rest of my notes currently are all over the place. Mostly they're in this journal or this map book. And it's just kind of all over the place. As I go, I tend to rewrite pages. So like as I develop the magic system more, I will rewrite some of the magic system pages or add additional ones for different aspects. And then you kind of have to go through all of them to figure out what my like current plan is for things, and the same goes for characters. I have my character stuff all over the place, and it's just, if you've done this type of thing in journals, you know, it's really hard to maintain because unless you leave room, it's hard to add things. I'm not a big whiteout person, so like once I write something, I write in pen, it's there. I have to kind of start a new page in order to kind of have a nice, I guess, organized sheet with correct information on it. So it's hard to maintain. It's hard to keep up to date. You have all the old stuff in there, which can be confusing. So I knew I didn't want to stick with that either. So my plan was to go for a physical book that I can sort of interchange pages and move things around. So what I got is a happy planner. And I've seen this all over Heart Breathing's Sarah Cannon's channel, and she loves these because she uses the big one. I think she uses the big one. I think she uses all of them probably, but they're normal like printer page sized pages. You can get like what are they called? Like the hole presses, and punch the holes to fit in here. Put the pages in. You can easily make your own templates for like pages if you have like, you know, character templates or things like that. You can print things out and put them in here. I'm excited because I can scan my maps and just put copies of them in here without having to put like my final copies in here. But I'm very excited about this. There are a few changes I'm gonna make, but I want to show this to you real quick and then I'll get kind of into the changes. Okay, so this is the Happy Planner. It has this sort of like laminated front sheet that extends over the pages enough that any of the like binder tabs won't really stick out. You have these little discs that kind of hold all the pages together. The back is the same, just this like laminated material. And then if I open it up, I actually just pulled this out, but this is what one of these like binder tab sheets are like. It's just paper with a nice little tab here, which is fine. And then this is the pages that it came with, and all of them kind of have a different theme. So this is, I think, like cytokine, does it say it on here? No. I'll link below which one it was, but it kind of has this little like blue plant printing kind of look here. It has like a light blue dot grid, but there's like weird marks and textures on it to make it look more organic, I guess. But that's not really my style. Like, it's pretty cool if you were just kind of using it as a general notebook, but that's not really what I want to go with. So these are the sheets that I got, which I'll show you more later, but let's see. This comes with, I think, 60 sheets total, but it's just like paper. I think it has like 3 sections. All of these little divider pages are different, and you can buy more of these and buy like expansion pages and everything if you want them, but yeah, so it's pretty good. It turns pretty easily. One of the things I was worried about that like the pages would feel really like bad, and like these stay in pretty well, right? Like they're not coming out. I don't think I would accidentally take them out, and unless I'm doing that a lot, these pages aren't going to get damaged here, because I think that's what would be a problem if you're tugging on them a lot. But like You really shouldn't be doing that to a notebook anyway, but yeah, so that is the Happy Planner. Okay, so the changes that I'm going to do. I got a big ream of dot grid paper that works for like Happy Planner size discs. So it's like an 11 disc punched dot grid paper, which you can see here. I don't know if you can see the dots on that, but this will just be easy because I have these loose leaf pages. They're very plain and simple, and I can just write my stuff out on them and add them into the book or take them out. This is probably not as good a quality punching as the one in the Happy Planner sheets that come with it are. They're a little bit bigger, so they're a little bit looser, but I was kind of tugging the sheets around in here and it doesn't seem to be a problem. So I'm gonna go with that for now, and I will need to get a punch in order to do like take scans of maps and to print things and everything. But the second thing I got were these little, I think they're called like Avery file tabs, and they're just like, let's see if this will focus. Yeah, so they're just like these little tiny tabs that I can use and write like whatever section I have and use them in here, because these sections that they have are very big. You could only fit 4, maybe 5 across this vertically and be able to see them all, which is just not enough for me. And also, you can't write on these and have it be very visible because they're so dark. So I'm probably not going to be using these binder pages in here at all. I'm going to be using these, which also means I can move them around more easily. But so that's my game plan. Okay, so now that I have my materials, which I am still waiting for a couple little things to come in, but I can show you those once I have them. But the next question is, how am I going to set this up? Because one of the big things that happened when I sat down with Campfire or considered using World Anvil again is my initial response was just being very overwhelmed. So I think part of that is just due to the format and it not working for me creatively. I think those types of online tools where everything has to be kind of linked digitally and set up digitally, it just uses the wrong side of my brain. And so I am not very inspired by it. I don't know. But what I did was I went through and I took a note of everything I have in my current journal. So I just like created lists. I have a to-do list of things that I need to come up with that I don't have yet, that I need to expand on or world build or characters I need to create, whatever. And then I created a world guide with sections. So I don't know if you can see this, but like I have my main character up here. I have like the main Guardian family, the magic system, the like gang, the place that the Guardian family lives, general world details, some other areas, just like every section in here and the types of pages I need to put in it. And I numbered them. And so once I numbered them, I went through with just these little like green stickies that are just like tabs, and I went through and I noted everything in this book. So you can see right there I have all of them kind of chronologically, but you can see they're sort of interspersed pretty randomly. And then I also have a few in my map book as well, as you can see. So my plan is I'm gonna kind of go chronologically-ish, at least with creating the like tabbed pages like this, so I can kind of create the placeholders for everything, and then I can just go through like, oh, I need to work on my main characters pages. Well, let me go through, I have them all tabbed. I can kind of pull the information easily and recreate the pages, which should make it a lot easier. I'm hoping, we'll see, but I also am kind of open for this process changing as I go along, because you never know how it'll go, but I'm really just trying to focus. So that when I'm drafting, I don't have a lot of questions. I have everything ready. I can just kind of let the scenes play out in my head and everything. So that's my big goal here. All right, but I'm going to start putting this together a little bit, and then I'll kind of maybe show you a rough idea of what I'm sort of putting together for this, just to give you some inspiration. I'm not going to show you everything, obviously, because like there's going to be a lot of spoilers in here, a lot of stuff that's like very unique to my story world. The magic system especially, I'm really not going to share much about, but I can give you a hint of what this looks like and how my pages are structured and everything. So let's get going. if you can hear my kids. They're not really excited about bedtime right now, but I wanted to check in. It is Wednesday, so I've been working on this world building Bible, story Bible. I don't even know what I want to call it for not quite a week yet, but I have made a lot of progress. The issue is a lot of what I'm doing right now is just moving notes I already have over and kind of blocking out places where I need to expand on the world building or character development or whatever. And it's kind of honestly discouraging because I feel like I haven't really done anything new yet. I have, but it feels like I haven't. And for some reason, when I started working on this, I was actually surprised a couple days in when I was like, I haven't finished everything yet. And I don't know why, somewhere in my head I had this idea that I was just gonna breeze through this, but like, it takes a long time to set this up. It takes a long time to write everything out, to kind of think about what the right layout is going to be so that I can get all the information in here, and I don't know, my brain set me up for too high of expectations, but I'm still making progress. I am through, let me check my little section thing. So I have 17 total sections. The later ones are a lot smaller. They'll be like maybe single page or a couple of pages, so they're definitely not as significant as these early ones are, but I would say I'm maybe like halfway through, maybe slightly more than halfway through getting all the pages set up, and then I just need to like actually do new stuff. I've done a little bit, but it's kind of hard when you're going, like, I feel like if I filled everything out and expanded as I went, it would feel like it's taking too long, and I just kind of want to get everything in here, and get that part done so that I can just start adding and building upon what I have in here. And this is also, like, refreshing my memory of everything that I had planned, because I kind of forgot a lot of the little things I had come up with already, but I don't know, it's going pretty well. I am liking this happy planner and having my stuff in here. I have messed up with the tabs a couple of times, but I am like flipping the pages a lot, so I think it's okay. But I don't know, I just wanted to give a little bit of an update. It's honestly, I think part of the problem is it's been a really rough week. Like, you can hear my son right now. He's out in the hallway not going to bed. Basically every night this week has just been like from when we put them to bed at like 7:30 to like 9:30. They're just crying and wanting attention and being like, but I need this, daddy come help me, mommy come help me, just trying to stall bedtime. I thought they had gotten like back into their schedules after vacation, but no. So that's been kind of difficult, kind of very difficult, but you know, we're gonna get through it. They'll be back on a schedule soon and things will get a little bit easier and I'll be a little bit less frazzled. I am so frazzled right now, it's not even funny. Like, I can't hold anything in my head. Like, my head is just like, can't do anything. We'll see. I'm just kind of trying to, you know, and I might cut it early tonight and just take a little bit of time to relax because I'm frazzled, but I want to do at least some right now, so that's what we're gonna do. So hello, I'm just filming a really quick update. I'm not quite done with this vlog. I feel like I want to do a little bit more. I don't know, I'm about to start working on a settlement map. But I just wanted to check in. It's Thursday night now. I did a little bit of work last night. I've done work every single day in Preptober so far, but I am exhausted right now. I worked 10.5 hours today. It's 7:30 and I am motivated. I still want to keep going, but I'm kind of at the point where I know that if I keep pushing myself and try and keep like creating, I'm really gonna burn myself out. Like, I feel on edge right now, like just like constantly tense, like just like, you know, because it's just been so exhausting of a week, so stressful. So I'm gonna take some time to play some video games, eat some ice cream, and watch some House of the Dragons. So, or Blood of the Dragon, or House of the Dragons, I don't know, the new Game of Thrones series. But yeah, I'll catch in later for a little bit more work in here, and then I'll give you a little tour of what I have so far, and then we'll cut this short, but that's all. Okay, so we are at the last week of, or the end of the first week of Preptober, sorry. And I'm going to be wrapping up this video here. I want to give you an update on where I am with the world building book with the guide, everything that I've kind of put together so far. So let me get that out. Okay, so here we are, and I've done a lot. So you can see with all of my tabs, let me hold this up a little bit better for you. I don't know if you can see all those, but these are all my sections. These little like Avery sticky tabs have worked out really well for me, but I have like my main characters page. I have her history. Let me just sit this down and tell you what's in here. So main character, I have lies, misbelief, desires, personality details, physical appearance. I'm gonna add like behaviors. So like for all the characters, I want to note like things they'll tend to do if I'm like describing them. So these could be physical mannerisms, way they talk to people, ways they behave around others, that sort of thing. I have her history. I have all of the origin scenes, which is a Story Genius thing, and the crossroad moments. I have escalating ticks to action, so like what's pushing her towards the inciting incident over time. And then I have her family, which I have like backgrounds on guardian families and her clan, and all the individuals. I have little pages for each of them, which like some of them are more significant pages, like this one where it's a full page, and I have, you know, personality, desire, fear, weakness, their history and relationship with the main character, that sort of information. And then for some characters, I have slightly less details, but still a good amount. And just, if anything in here ends up being too readable, I might blur it depending on what it is. But yeah, so then for the two main side characters, I have a few pages of just really going through their, like, dynamics, I guess. So, like, this is the main character and the main character's sister. These are kind of some qualities they share or have different, things that they have similar, ways they see each other, right? Because that'll impact their interactions and their relationship arc. Let's see, I have that. So then I have their home, which right now is mostly like I have a map of their, the main house, room to add details to that. I think I have one of her houses somewhere. I don't know where it went, but I have details on the gang, which is basically the same sort of information as I have on the Guardian family, where it's like history, timeline, mechanics, world building information. I did end up moving maps in here, which has been really fun. I like that. I can just use my printer and just print on these pages I have, which is really nice. Gang structure, military family, more character breakdowns. Let's see. I have the other major characters and some of their relationships. There's two brothers that are very significant in here, and so I have their relationship broken down. Let's see. I have the other gangs and all the important characters that they're going to meet in the story so that I can really expand on those. I have a lot of little, like, I just left sticky notes on pages where I need to expand on something for things that are definitely in the draft, like, oh, there's a meeting place they're going to at one point in the book. I need to world build that out, see if there's anything significant to put in there. I have a section for the world and all of my world maps, and that'll have, let's see, any places that don't need their own section that they're going to visit, which I think I have 3 noted as settings that will be in the first book so far. And then I'm going to have like some metadata information, like distances, traveling information, that sort of a thing. Then I have a world section, which will be things like weather, flora and fauna, medicinal herbs, anything like that that would just come with like random descriptions, kind of really to make the world feel realistic. And then I have a section on the magic, which I have not moved anything after this point over yet, but I have a section for that. So I'll be able to move like the mechanics that have to do with the magic, the types of magic, the cultural impacts. There's a few organizations related to the magic that I need to world build out that I haven't done yet. So I can do that. There's a magical type drug that I need to finish world building, so I have a section for that. I have a section for the beasts, which will be this is sort of like the apocalyptic force that isn't necessarily the antagonist force in the book. It's just one of those things that applies pressure and kind of has created the world to an extent. And then I have sections on like society, which will be like clothing, how the society has changed, festivals, customs, and then a resources section, which will just be like, what region inspo am I using, what inspirational sources for different things, like this fortress was inspired off this one, this clothing style was inspired off a combination of these different ones from these eras, where I'm getting the names for generating them, and like I normally make lists of possible names, so if I need a name I just look for one that matches, cross it off. Map inspo, same thing, just like general behind the scenes stuff that if I need to expand on something or I'm like, where did I get this from, I can just return to this section and flip through it. But yeah, I'm really excited. This has been working out really well. I really like it. I think it'll be really nice because I can just flip to a page and have it just be there and have it up in a little like stand with my outline. I'm definitely not going to have room to actually move my outline into this too, which is fine. I'm going to kind of need to have them up separately, but yeah, this has been working really well for me. If you have questions about how I'm setting this up, let me know. I might do another flip through to an extent near the end of Preptober, moving into NaNoWriMo just to give updates, but again, I don't want to show too much spoilers. I'm already sharing more about this than I normally do just because I want to, but yeah, that's sort of where I am. I'm super excited. I'm super happy. Let me know if you have questions. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever, and I will see you next time.